the Washington Commanders Stadium from 2002 to Madden 25. And I'm going to tell you right now, yeah, this stadium is interesting. In previous videos, we did like a bunch of Maddens. Like we did Madden 2002, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 25, 15, 16, 17, 19, and then the actual 25. But today we're only going to do a couple because this stadium has not changed much over the years. Like once they got rid of the whole Redskins, that's when it actually changed. But for the most part, this stadium stayed almost identical over the countless years of Dan Snyder's reign. So Dan Snyder, shout out, not really shout out to you, but I mean, I guess, yeah, you are a reason why this team/stadium never really improved and kind of went to hell. But now it's good. Like now the Commanders are in a good spot. So I feel happy for them. But as you're going to see throughout this video, really isn't much change at all. We're not going to see much change until we get to like I would say next gen consoles, but the 360 days, and that's 2006 and on. So this is 2005 right here, and I love looking at these older Madden just to see how freaking like janky these stadiums are. I would say janky, but they're just very, very dark. That's what I'll say. I'll say like very dark. But as we go throughout here, you can see still a very beautiful looking stadium, still a humongous looking stadium. If you guys have not seen my Madden 25 videos, I have done some crazy mods with this. I made this a dome at one point. I added different roofs to this stadium. I'm just really maxing out the Commander Stadium. I actually looked back and I think I've done the Commander Stadium more than any other stadium out there, which is kind of crazy. Now, we're not going to no clip outside of these stadiums until we hit 19 and 25. For obvious reasons, you really don't need a no clip outside of any stadium outside of 19 on after that, because every stadium before 19 is just a void. Like the outside is just a void stadium, and that's pretty much that. So there isn't really anything to see, and if there isn't anything to see, it's just not fun to kind of, go outside the actual stadium. Now 25 obviously is the latest and greatest, and well, they go a little crazy on the outside. Now, I think Madden 22 variant of this does actually have working cars on the outside, which is cool. It's not like crazy amount of working cars, but there are some working cars, which I always find fun. Also, the locker rooms just really aren't a thing until Madden 19 as well. So for some of these, we did look at the locker room. Well, we tried to look inside of it, but it's really nothing. Like if the older Maddens, anything you can't see isn't there. So if like you're like, oh, I wonder what it would look like over here, it's not there. Outside of only what you can see is actually there. So just keep that in mind. But now we're about to skip over to Madden 19 to see how much this stadium has changed. And 19 still has, I believe, the Redskins. So I believe we're still going to be, we're still in that Redskin territory. But then 25 will give us the Commanders. And that's when, I guess logo-wise changed, but it really hasn't changed much over the, last 23 years. It's actually kind of crazy to say that out loud. But taking a look at the, tunnels over here. So obviously, yes, we do have Redskins. Jumbotron looks exactly the same. End zones, again, Redskins on both sides. I'm very happy they didn't go with the St. Louis Rams route. If you guys saw that video, the St. Louis Rams, for whatever reason, decided that they wanted to make the one side of the Jumbotron absolutely small as anything. Like the one Jumbotron size is like a screen. It went from a gigantic Jumbotron to a screen, which was so freaking weird. Thankfully, that did not happen here. Oh, we have working cars. See, this is something that Madden 22 also really enhanced, was working cars. You're not going to see this in Madden 25, by the way. EA Sports removed the working cars in Madden 25. I don't know why. I really think it was a cool presentation idea. It's cool to have them on the outside and see them driving around and kind of living their own lives. It just adds to the aspect of the game, you know? Even if you can't see it, they could do cutaways so you could see it. Like, there's ways they could get it involved, okay? EA Sports, though, doesn't like happiness. If it's happiness, they don't like it. So, stop it. Anyway, the suites up here, again, things that older Maddens, the suites really didn't matter as much because there wasn't anything inside. These actually have stuff inside. Sometimes they have a picture frame. Sometimes they have like little areas to sit. Later Maddens, closer to 25, they have TVs and stuff that is really cool. So, again, like I said, it's the little details like this that you're never going to see as a Madden fan. But EA does put in the game. So when next time you're thinking, why is gameplay so crap? It's because EA Sports spends all the time and energy on everything else. They do everything else they can to avoid the beautiful gameplay. And also, once you get to like Madden 19, 20, 22, yeah, around those Maddens, you'll see the outside the stadium is what EA Sports really focused on as well. Is they really paid the most attention to the outside the stadium. While yes, you might say, why not do the inside the stadium? Because EA Sports does not care about the inside the stadium. That's pretty much like the truth of it, okay? EA Sports didn't really care too much about the inside the stadium. They only care about the outside the stadium, and they care about the map around it, right? It's all about the idea of presentation. Although going through this series, Madden 2000, I think it's Madden 17, I know for a fact, is insane when it comes to the presentation. Like, there's a whole entire start of presentations for Madden 17. So, which obviously you're not going to get in Madden 25 or any other Maddens, but it's insane to see how much things have gotten, in a way, worse over the years. So, shout out to EA Sports for that, because they always confuse the heck out of me, man. We don't go up the scale of greatness. We go down the scale of greatness when it comes to this. But anyway, this is Landover, Maryland, and there isn't really much going on outside the stadium. We do have apartments, we do have buildings, we have some shops, you know, and then once we get too far away, this is Madden 19, so the ground's going to be broken up and, you know, messed up. You're not going to see this in Madden 25. Madden 25, once we get to it, is literally the outside of the stadium is just a blank canvas. A blank canvas of grass and all bunch of stuff on the outside. Very similar, though, to Madden 19 when it comes to the buildings and everything, but you're not going to see a void underneath of it. A lot more polished, I will say, which, again, is it necessary to have these outside like this? No, but it's nice, you know. It goes to show that the devs actually are spending the time and effort into something when they're making these games, other than just nothing burgers. So, and I think we're going to, after this video, for the rest of today, I think we're going to go through the rest of the AFC or the NFC East. I think we already did the Eagles Stadium, I want to say, but we did that a couple of days ago. But I think we're going to do the Cowboys Stadium next, and we might then do MetLife. So make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are indeed new, so you don't miss out on any of that. Again, trying to go through all 32 teams. These series are always weird because they take forever to upload. I mean, forever to record and create, just because of how long they are to like get all the footage and put it together. But for the most part, they are fun to do just because I get to see the old days and the old Madden. So now we got the Washington Commanders, the latest and greatest of Madden. I can't wait to see this stadium absolutely redone. I know right now there's like this struggle with this team where DC wants the Commanders to be in DC, and then you have the I think a lot of the Commanders fans want them to stay in Landover, Maryland. So there's this like forever back and forth because of tourism and stuff like that. Like they want tourists to come to the actual areas, and the way you do that is obviously through having an NFL team. So there's this back and forth of they want to move the team to the actual Washington, D.C., but I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it will happen anytime soon. Hopefully not, because I think for the most part, it is always very destructive whenever you move a team. I feel like it kind of destroys a lot of the city, especially now with the Commanders doing really great. I mean, it's just like it would be the worst. It would make sense when they sucked, right, and were awful. But now that they're really good, it's like the worst time to move the team, because now they're getting a lot of fans in Maryland. So it would be, I mean, DC isn't too far from Maryland, don't get me wrong, it's only a couple hours, but still, no reason to move the actual team, in all honesty. Keep it where it's at, and that's probably the smartest thing. But I want to see one thing. Does the Pro Shop still exist on the outside as Redskins, or did they change it to the Commanders? Because that's another factor here. We saw with the 19 update was the Pro Shop did say Redskins and not the command. I mean, obviously it wouldn't say Commanders back in the day, but it did say Redskins. And I know there are some areas on this map, on this stadium in Madden 25 that still says Redskins. So, which according to what I understand, people are trying to bring back that name for the team because it's, according to what I understand, it's not offensive anymore. So I don't know. I hear people say it, like sports analysis, sports people say it now. And I feel like in general, a lot more people are saying it. So I don't think it's offensive, but if it is, I'm sorry. That's just what the team was named. So I don't know. It's one of those back and forth, I feel like, where people are like, oh, you can't say that. But it's like, yeah, it's really what the team is named. And I don't know. They're trying to bring it back. A lot of fans are trying to bring it back. And nope, Hall of Fame store. They took out the Redskins. Now, there is a banner on the side of one of these areas. Right there. There we go. So that does say Redskins. So there is a Redskins thing there. But other than that, though, nothing else. Like, it's very just mute of no Redskins stuff. So I guess, hey, it is what it is. You know, EA Sports crossing their I's, dotting their T's. Although I'm pretty sure at the actual real stadium, they probably took out pretty much everything Redskins, because once you change a name, you don't want the old name in there. You want everything new. Although most fans that go to the stadium probably were Redskins fans, so it's one of those factors. Anyway, guys, make sure to like and subscribe button down below if you are indeed new. If you guys want to see more of the series, tell me down below. And I will see you guys in the next one, as we have this gigantic plot of land all the way around. But no void. Like I said, no void, which is a W. They'll have like incomplete houses and buildings, but they won't have a void. And those areas that you just saw are not void. So like messed up houses and water and pavement. No voids. EA Sports.